Sports. You know what I mean? I always have, you know what I'm saying, like music and love music from the jump. So that was my just plan A. I ain't even have a plan B. I made myself not have a plan B on purpose just so I can fulfill my plan A.
There we go. My boy. My button was click sticking.
Man.
What's going on with you, my boy? There you go. I like that.
I can't get my. Can you see me, bro?
Yeah, I can see you.
All right, well, I ain't gonna worry about it then. Let's rock, because I can't see the stuff, but it's all.
All right, man. So we live. We got another bomb week. How was your week, man?
Oh man, it was good, bro. Been pretty good. Kids out of school next week, so I ain't got to get up 7 in the morning. You know what I mean? I can sit in the bed till 6 in the morning. Excuse me, 5:45. Shit, man. Everything else been kind of copacetic, man. You know, I like to keep my life, kind of chill. Getting ready for Mexico.
Hey,
going to Mexico.
Eliano. That's what's up, man. Be careful out there, man.
No, I'm going for a wedding. I ain't going out there.
All right.
I'm going for a wedding, and it's on like a private island type thing. I'm kind of worried about that.
Hey, man. Hey, have fun, man. Mexico is not on my short list of vacations.
But what about you, man? How your week went?
Good, man. You know, playing softball now. Shout out to my squad, the bench warmers. You know what I'm saying? We 2-0, man. We 2-0, bro. We shocked the world. I didn't think we was going
no home run footage.
Oh, I ain't got none. No, that thing ain't getting over the wall. But I got on base though. But they ain't getting over that wall.
Oh,
I ain't got it. But hey, man, we was bringing in them runs, man. We was ripping and running. We won both our games. We played 2 games on Monday nights for every week. So for like the next 3-4 weeks. Okay. Yeah, man. So we won both our games. Very surprised. But yeah, man, we got a nice little squad. We just had practice today. So I had to beat from over there, got over here. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking
but we got a special guest today. You know what I'm saying? He been talking about coming on the show for a while. My father. My dad's in the building. What's up, Pop?
What's up? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
We can hear you. We can hear you. Thanks for gracing us with your presence. What, Mom got you running errands this morning? What's going on?
Yeah, Mom is trying to hold the phone for me, but but that's all right. I'm here.
Hey, man.
Ready to talk sports.
Teamwork made the dream
I know
work.
everything, so how it works.
Oh yeah. If y'all think I'm bad, the apple don't fall far from the tree, man.
For sure.
So look, so let's get into it, man. So my dad is a Jets fan.
100.
He can proudly say that in public. How you feel with Aaron Rodgers getting hurt, man? How'd you feel before he got hurt, and then what'd you feel now that after he got hurt?
Well, I was feeling pretty good before he got hurt. Remember, we had an outstanding defense, outstanding offense. We just were short on a quarterback. So we thought we rectified that situation, but now we're stuck in the same pot that we was in before. So, we're going to have to be like the 2000 Ravens and those teams where we have a great defense and a crappy quarterback, but we just need him not to lose the game. You know what I mean? So I think we're still gonna make the playoffs, but we're gonna be a wild card.
I see that look on your face, Steve.
Well, he said 2000 Ravens. So when you talk about 2000 Ravens, 85 Bears, some of those defenses, those like all-time great defense. They had all pros at every level. You know what I mean? They had more than just Sauce Gardner back there. But number 3, he had 3 interceptions, albeit Josh Allen was throwing it blindly. I'm just saying, when you talk about the Baltimore Ravens of that defense, what was that, 2005, 2000, somewhere in there. When you're one of those Baltimore Ravens defenses, you can. I'm just saying that's a lot of pressure.
Well, you got to remember at the time, the '85 Bears and the 2000 Ravens, you know, at that moment, those guys are just coming up, just like the Jets are. I mean, we got Williams up at the front. We got the DBs. You got, you know, Sauce Gardner. So those guys will eventually, I hope, become greats. But this is them at the beginning of that, hopefully of that stage. So we'll see. I mean,
that's true.
We'll see what happens.
Where you Ray Lewis at though, Pop? You ain't got that Ray Lewis in the middle of that defense though.
Well, our Ray Lewis is I can't think of his name. The guy
that's why he ain't Ray Lewis.
We got from the Ravens. CJ
Mosley.
CJ Mosley. He's going to be our Ray. He's our Ray Lewis.
I can't give you that.
Well,
I like CJ Mosley. Yeah, Alabama guy, SEC guy. He couldn't carry Ray Lewis bad.
Well, you know what?
But the Ravens didn't have. Well, no, they had the D line.
Yeah,
no,
they had a D line.
Yeah,
the Baltimore Ravens had an all pro on every level. But now I can see the similarities in the defense and how they're built and the mentality and the style of play from that defense. I do get that part. But it's a long season. I think you can win tomorrow's game. Because going into this season, we all said that the Buffalo Bills were better than the Dallas Cowboys. I wouldn't have said that. That's first. Just going into the season, I thought the Cowboys were not as good as the Buffalo Bills. But you dismantled the Bills. I think Dak Prescott is not as good as Josh Allen. Josh Allen didn't even look that good. So you can rattle Dak Prescott. He'll give you the ball. So I think you definitely have a chance.
Well, I think the battle is going to be the defenses. I think, you know, I know everybody's got the hype about what's his name from Dallas, the number 11, can't think of his name right now, the linebacker. Yeah, but I mean, why is everybody so impressed with Dallas? They haven't made the playoffs just like the Jets. Well, no, I take that back. They haven't made the playoffs since 96. So
they made the playoffs. They didn't win. They haven't won a playoff
game. Yeah, they make it.
So I mean, they great though. Yeah, okay, great. Yeah, okay. They get to the playoffs and they choke. So this game, the game tomorrow, is going to be the Jets' outstanding defense against, which was proven, by the way, against the Cowboys' supposedly good defense. So we're going to see tomorrow. I think, and Dak is not all that great. And let's keep it real. I know you Cowboy lovers think he's the greatest. He's maybe a little bit better than average. So we got a shot. And remember, we still got a running game, and Dallas don't.
Yeah, Zach Wilson, man, I think, like you say, if he don't lose the game for y'all, for the Jets, I think it'll be interesting. Like you said, that 1-2 punch of Dalvin Cook and I forgot
Breece Hall.
Yeah, Breece and Dalvin. That's probably the best running back room like combo in the league. Automatically.
That's right.
I can't think of.
What was going through your mind when you saw Aaron Rodgers go down and he sat back down? When he got up, he stood there for a minute, he sat back down. What was going through your mind?
Well, at first I thought he might have just twisted his ankle, so he was just sitting down and maybe get called out for a play or two. That's what I thought. But then when you start seeing the replay, you see that calf snap. I was like, oh, that's over. That's it. I could just tell. You know, and the funny thing is, I remember when Kevin Durant, when he ruptured his Achilles, how he looked back and thought that he stepped on somebody's foot. and there wasn't nobody there, and that's it. So
Old man Rodgers, man.
this is part of pro sports, man. Sometimes your big guns go down. Your backups got to step up. I mean, Zach Wilson, he's getting paid millions of dollars. He's a professional quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, the O lineman, that left tackle definitely. I'm pretty sure he felt horrible after that play because Leonard Floyd beat him off the snap. He was already around him pretty much before Aaron Rodgers even had a chance. So, the O line definitely has to blame. You got to keep the guys upright, but defenders nowadays are so big and fast, bro. You're not gonna stop the defense. Every player, defenders coming. Every play,
right?
And
even then, man, it's just it's one of those things. Just a football play. Like it's not like he got his, his air hole rung. Helmet went flying. He just got tackled, and he just went to brace himself, and
then to the turf. Now that they're talking about the turf is horrible. You got to get rid of that. What's that? That turf they're playing on.
Yeah. But you know what? My opinion on that is, I don't think it really mattered because people have ruptured their Achilles on grass. So I don't think it really matters. I think
I think they're looking at the numbers from it, that you get more injuries from a lower extremity perspective on those AstroTurf.
Especially the knee. I think it's more the knee. Like that Achilles thing.
No give on it. It's no give.
Right. I agree.
In the grass, your cleat will come up in the grass and you'll pull the grass up. That AstroTurf, you're not pulling that grass up. It's not coming up. Your cleat is stuck. And as you see with Aaron Rodgers' foot, his foot couldn't come from under him. It got rolled over him. Right. That's when it popped the Achilles. So I think it looks better. It looks great, but it's just not as safe and definitely playing.
And I understand the durability of it, but I mean, come on, man. Like these guys make trillions, billions of dollars. They can keep a field, upright. Like Little League can keep a field looking respectable in a year. You can keep a field that's used once a week, if that.
I think they could all do it. It's not. I don't think it's even a cost thing. I think. Remember, it's just like you got all these dome stadiums. So now, how you going to take care of grass on the inside? I'm not saying it can't be done. It's going to cost a little bit more money, but I think at the end of the day, if we can show that grass is better for the athletes with regards to their joints, ankles, knees, shins, all that stuff, then by all means, I don't think any owner would have any question or any problem with changing to grass. I don't think so at all.
Lack of stretching. I don't know if I was calling it lack of stretching.
He's too old not to stretch, I think. I think better stretch. He know he got to stretch. He probably take a little extra time to go out there.
Right.
Stretch.
Like
I just when I watched it, I've seen those type of tackles and the foot will come on through and you won't have any injuries. But when that foot got stuck and that cleat got stuck in that grass or in that turf, he couldn't roll through. He went right over on the Leonard Floyd weight, came on top of it as well. The NFL Players Association immediately sent out something saying, let's get rid of all turf fields.
They've been talking about that for the last year or two, at least.
So
especially the last 2 years.
Stuff don't usually change until a quarterback gets hurt, a high prize quarterback. Aaron Rodgers gets hurt. Tom Brady got hurt. They changed that rule about going low on quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So I think
it'll take the right one. No, I mean, the preseason has changed in a sense because they do those they scrimmage during the week. So the preseason game is more of pomp and circumstance for the fans, but they get that work during the week. Like they practice against the other team like once or twice a week. It's just that we get to see the actual game. Because in the game, it's usually for the backups, but the starters play during the week. Yeah,
they use it for evaluation. But you can tell it's a decline in the game, though. Look at the amount of turnovers in the first 2 weeks. If Minnesota had a preseason, I think they would have those kinks more worked out, me personally. But the amount of turnovers we've seen from these offenses up the first 2 weeks of the season, or the first week of the season, it just proves that the offense is going to come out a little bit slower. Defense is more of a read and react type style of play. So you don't really have the plays, quote unquote, where in the offense you got to be in a certain spot. You got to have the time to down pack. So I think the defenses will still be clicking for the next 2 weeks. But around week 4, week 5, that's when I think you'll start to see the offense take over.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Well, I think Zach Wilson. I think Zach Wilson's going to do good for the year. But I think some of these other quarterbacks. We'll see. We'll have to see. I don't really take too much stock off of game one. I wait till like game 4 or 5, because by then you should have your rhythm in. So once about then we'll really see. Because right now Josh Allen is looking bad. So is Cincinnati. Burrows, he's looking bad. But
Terrible.
let's see. It's only one game. Let's see about game 4 or 5. Jalen Hurts looks like garbage. The Eagles look like garbage, but they still winning.
I'm surprised my mom ain't smacking when he just says that.
It's about to be some spots.
I'm with you, Pop. The Eagles are great. My wife an Eagles fan too. It's a house.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Good woman.
They think they.
It's about to be some spousal abuse in this car.
Yeah. Okay. Look. Now I'm gonna tell you.
We don't support violence on the toe-to-toe on the toe-to show. Let me put a parental advisory sticker up there real quick. Lord have mercy.
Well, look. I'm gonna tell you my dark horse team, the two teams that no one's talking about that I think are going to do way better than people think, and that's going to be the Cleveland Browns with Deshaun Watson and the San Francisco 49ers with Brock Purdy. Y'all watch out for them two teams.
Well, the 49ers, they're not sneaking up on nobody, though, Paul. We know the 49ers good. Yeah. I expect them to represent the NFC.
But I think a lot of people are sleeping on them because, they keep saying, oh, Brock Purdy this and Brock Purdy that. And I'm like, yo, that young man has shown he can get down. Now, he's only played, 9 NFL games, but he's 8-1 in those games. And he don't look bad. He looks better than Zach Wilson. And that's my dude.
Yeah.
So
I think the Lions might.
The Cleveland Browns.
The Lions might. I know they beat a
Chiefs
team.
A hobbled Chiefs team.
They was only missing 2 guys. Those are
these
two big guys. But the Lions have always been like they be like just a couple plays out of a couple games. I think they may surprise some people, man, and make the playoffs this year. I don't expect them to win.
After seeing the Bears, the Packers, the Lions, and then Minnesota twice, I definitely expect the Lions to win. Green Bay still kind of got a question mark with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Chicago Bears look way worse than everybody expected, but I don't know why we expected them to be that good. They didn't really have that big man addition on offense or defense.
Right.
I can't even remember who their draft picks were, to be honest with you.
Javon Dexter.
Okay.
Hey.
That's the only reason you know. And what he did.
Hey, he's in a rotation. He's in a rotation on D-line.
Okay.
Yeah, other than that, yeah, man. They
the Eagles look good though. I can't lie. That defensive line, you talking about getting after people. I don't know how you gonna block them guys. Only thing that will stop the Eagles at this point on defense is injury. Just being honest with you. They got so many people.
The Eagles missing that OC, man.
That's true. Oh man,
they missing out. They missing that boy that went to Indianapolis.
They on the sidelines fighting each other. You see the Jalen Hurts and Brown getting into it. So yeah, you can tell the OC from last year was making sure everybody got the ball. He was like, "Hey man, I'm gonna throw you the ball 5 times. I'm gonna get you the ball 7 times. We'll flip it next game." This guy here now, he's just calling whatever.
Well, I can't wait for the Eagles to play Dallas and the Eagles to play Washington, because I think Washington with Eric Bieniemy as the OC, I think they're going to be a little bit better than people think as well. And then they got that unknown quarterback. So I think DC is going to sneak up on people, and I think Dallas Dallas and the Eagles are going to split. I think they're going to split, probably home and home, and we'll see. But don't discount Washington out of that NFC East. Don't discount Washington.
I said that to get another season. I said that too. But Paul, who you like? What about Miami? Tell me about Miami and New England, and tell me about the rest of the team in your division, because they didn't look bad last week. I watched New England lose to the Eagles, but they lost. Last play, last drive. You had a shot to win. That's all you can ask for. Miami put up 44 points. Tyreek Hill 200 yards. Your boy Tua going crazy. What you got out there in that division? Who else in that division? Hold on. I'm missing one.
I think out of the AFC East now, because Rodgers is out, I'm looking at Miami taking the AFC East. Then I think right behind them is going to be the Jets, and then Buffalo, and then New England, because Buffalo is just not impressing me, and I think without Aaron Rodgers, we're gonna probably be maybe 9-7, 9-8, 10-7 maybe, and that Miami offense, man. How you going to stop them? Their defense is suspect, but their offense is high-powered. I mean, who's going to stop Tyreek Hill? You can't stop that. That's true. I mean, and I think that when they played San Diego, San Diego got a good squad. So that didn't surprise me. San Diego's going to do well. They're going to do well this season also. So I think that was a good test. And Tua, he looks good. But I'm picking Miami to come out of the NFC East with the Jets, then Buffalo, then New England pulling up the rear.
Hey, man, I'm not mad.
Will that offense translate into cold? Because you got to go to Buffalo in the December. You got to have to go up to New England. You're going to have to go up to the Jets, to MetLife. Will that offense translate in that cold weather is my question. Because if you look at the numbers, 2 in cold weather games, the numbers are drastically different. So I'm just saying, will it translate is my only question with Miami.
Well, it depends on what kind of cold it is. And as a New Yorker, it's not that it's cold. It depends on if it's wet, if it's cold and wet, if it's that windy cold, or that real blistering cold, like the fog is coming out your mouth. That's when everything gets a little difficult, and then you got to rely on your running game, and you got to rely on that defense.
Miami don't have the running game.
Down. But
the
now,
defense maybe, but they don't have the running game. I got to get that to the Jets. If anybody in that division, I'm gonna get a running game to the Jets.
Now, if they come up north and they catch them on a pretty good day, even though it's cold, and they catch them on a maybe not so cold, not so windy or rainy day, they'll get them. But if the elements are a factor, Miami's going to look pretty bad. But remember, Tyreek played in KC, so Tyreek's used to the cold.
That's why I didn't say Tyreek. I said Tua. I looked at Tua's numbers in the cold. I didn't say Tyreek.
Yeah,
I think you can throw Tyreek a 3-yard screen behind the line of scrimmage, or you can hand him the ball going from left to right, and he'll take off. So I'm not worried about Tyreek. Tua is the one.
I see Kelvin said Von Miller is the key in the AFC East.
Is Von Miller even playing?
Von Miller, I don't think he's going to play this year. I think he's done.
I got an injury. What are you talking about?
Yeah, Kelvin. I think Von Miller, he's no longer a factor. Not anymore.
That Miami stuff, man.
He's not anymore.
It's that Miami stuff.
And I'm telling you, and I'm not giving up on my Jets. Look, in my heart, I think we can beat all these teams. We just got a real tough schedule coming out the gate. But if we can get through this before our break at maybe 4-1, 3-2, I'm looking a lot.
I think this game tomorrow will tell us a lot about the Jets. I really do. I think this game tomorrow will tell us a lot about the Jets and a lot about Dallas too, because I think Dallas got lucky because the Giants' defense isn't that good. Come on, they're not. But the Jets' defense is a whole different ballgame. Dak is going to have to make some throws in this game, and Sauce is going to be sitting out there. Number 3, Allen on the other side. Is he going to, like you said, Quentin Williams pushing the line?
Quentin Williams. They D-liners.
So can
that D-liners mean,
Dak
man.
struggles when you got pressure dead in his face. That's the easiest way to beat that.
That D-line is different.
That game tomorrow is going to be, I'm expecting it to be a defensive battle because the offenses are going to even. Because I think maybe Dak's a better quarterback, okay, but the receivers are even. I even give the receiving core the edge to the Jets. You know,
Yeah.
maybe I'm a little biased, but I don't think Dallas is that much better than the Jets.
Is Garrett Wilson better than CD Lamb? I mean, it depends on who you
Yes.
asking to me.
I think so.
But
I think so.
I think
or they wash each other out. Okay.
Or without Aaron, if it was Aaron Rodgers playing, I think you might get 2 Pro Bowlers out of that wide receiver group.
Oh yeah.
Now,
Oh
but
yeah.
Garrett Wilson but he was offensive rookie of the year with Zach Wilson as a quarterback. Him and Joe
Flacco. Exactly.
Okay, so the over-under is 38.5 points. What you take? Between the two, the combined. Now, this is a defensive battle.
I'm gonna go under because I don't think it's gonna be a lot of scoring. I really don't. I think it's gonna be a defensive battle, and I'm looking at maybe 21-24, 17-20.
17,
somewhere in there.
So yeah, I mean,
yeah. I think it'll be like that too.
Yeah, I'm not looking at. I don't think it'll be high scoring. I don't think so.
This is not the game to bet on, people. Let this.
Yeah, that. Ooh, man. This
don't
is
do it.
38.5. That half. See that half. You know what I mean? If it said 38, 39, okay, that's a little high. But that 38.5.
They're gonna bite because of what they did to the Giants. Don't do it. That ain't normal.
No, we don't like the Giants like that. We don't care. That's not a revenge game. That's not a New York thing. We don't care about them. We New York Giants and Jets fans, we don't care about the other one at all. Don't even think about it. No,
all right, Pop, are you staying on or you gotta go?
I gotta get off, but I can come back a little. How long y'all gonna be on?
Probably for like another 20-30 minutes.
Oh, then I'll stay on this.
All right, cool. Because we're gonna move on to Coach Prime Time Dion.
My man.
Why won't they leave Prime alone, man?
Jealousy.
Why won't they leave him?
Jealousy.
Like every week they talk about something else.
I don't know, man. It's personal again. He already said it.
His son shot. You saw what Shiloh said? He was on Paul Feinbaum show, and I think it was Paul Feinbaum, and he was like, "Man, why they keep talking? Like, just stop. You keep making it you making it a personal thing." And these kids love Prime, man.
Well, I think it's just what Prime was just saying. They don't love to see us doing it our way, the way we want to do it, and being successful at the same time. So that's why they don't like it. That's why they're speaking against it. They ain't never seen it before, and it worked. You know what I mean? Plenty of guys try to do it their own way, and it don't work. But never as a head coach on a P5 level have we had someone come in on Prime level and be like, hey, I'm going to do this my way. I'm going through the portal. I'm going to bring in 90 different guys. We all wearing shades and gold chains, and we're going to beat you.
All right, I'm going to give you a little history lesson. This is a changing of cultures. Now, real quick, back in the 70s, the early 70s, Alabama refused to play any black players. Then they went out to USC, and this running back named Sam Bam Cunningham disseminated Alabama. And when it was over, he said, man, I got to get me one of them, talking about black kids. Fast forward to Dion. He's coming from an HBCU, which they don't believe has talent in the first place. They think that his son was just, he was good for HBCUs, and Hunter was good for HBCU. Now they come into an FBS, and they beating the crap out of them. And that's what's shocking them is here are people coming from an HBCU disseminating these FBS schools with all these 5-star recruits and all that other stuff, and they are beating the brakes off of them. And these coaches and these advertisers and all these people are like, what is he's shaking it up. And you got a black man doing it, and they can't handle it. But they're going to change. You watch and see how many of these Nebraskas and Florida States and all them, they start going to HBCUs and picking them kids out or getting them before they go to HBCU. You watch. Dion them let them know we HBCUs is where it's at. Don't sleep
Yeah,
on us.
because a lot of people don't realize that people focus on Travis Hunter and Shador, right? The quarterback. He bought like 10, 12 kids from Jackson State. It ain't just them. It's linebackers, it's linemen, wide receivers, DBs. Like he bought over players on each level from Jackson State that are starting or that are playing. He's bringing kids that he molded, like that running back is a kid that he coached personally coming out. You know what I'm saying? And people forget Shador wasn't a bum coming out. My man was a 4-star, almost a 5-star quarterback that had offers from all the schools, all the top schools, and then they didn't give him scholarship offers because he was a Sanders. Because there's a bunch of kids whose parents are NFL all stars, Pro Bowlers. The boy could play, and that's what I told from day one. I was like, "Yo, the kid can play, and he knows the system and all that." So I was like, "Bro, they definitely gonna win more than I said." I knew they were gonna win more than 4. I said if they make a bowl the first year, it's going to turn it up. And what they should do, you would think that they would open the eyes to the HBCU coaches. And like it's coaches that's in the HBCU that's been coaching 20, 30 years that have NFL experience, that have NFL players on their staff. They just don't have the facilities and all that stuff that, you know what I'm saying, the D1 schools have or the FBS schools. So I love what Deion doing. Every week, I hope he go undefeated and smack him in the mouth and wear his chain and his Mary shades that he bought the whole team. You see, he bought the whole team of shades, right?
He brought the people on first take shade. He been giving that shade since Thursday. Everybody done seen the whole Colorado Stadium is gonna have on shades today, bro. They're giving out shades at the entrance for you to put on, and everybody in the crowd gonna have on shades. So you knew Dion was gonna take that and run with that.
Absolutely.
Hey, even this morning watching ESPN, all the ESPN people put shades on, even the people in the back. And you know, the thing is, we've all played sports at some level, right? Whether middle school, high school, you was lucky enough to go to college, so on and so forth. Whatever sport you played, if you had that coach that was like that, you believe in that coach, man, you'll do anything for that coach. I had when I was in high school, I wrestled. I had a wrestling coach.
Well, I did too.
If my coach told me to jump off the building and land on somebody, I would have done it. I wouldn't even thought twice.
What weight class you was in, Pop?
Oh man, I was senior year I wrestled 128. I'm sorry, 145. 145.
Okay, I wrestled 145. Okay. All right.
145. But yeah, man, when you got that coach and Brandon, I know you had that coach in high school, and y'all got those coaches, man. They make you cry and they talk to you like, yeah, I'm 20. That is how Deion got them. He got their mind, and he got them believing that it's us against the world, and nobody likes you. All they do is, because you keep saying it's personal. You see what I'm saying? Oh yeah, they made it personal. See, they don't like you anyway, and he got their mind. They're gonna win a lot of games. They're not gonna go undefeated. They're not gonna do that. They're gonna lose
Oregon
2 or 3.
Gave them some. Oregon already made it personal already.
Right, and now watch how the recruiting changes. Watch and see how many of these 5 stars are gonna start coming to Colorado. Whoa,
nobody's safe.
Better watch them.
Nobody's safe. Nobody's safe because at the end of the day, when Deion Sanders says he sits in your living room, right, and he talks to your mom and your daddy and your grandmama, they're gonna fall in love with him off.
They already love him.
They already love, and that's the thing with Deion. Everybody loves him already. He was a polarizing player who could play. Everything he did great. And then he hasn't failed. Like he said, I've never failed at anything. He hasn't failed. He's been good at everything he's done, and he's always been positive. He's always been, you know what I'm saying, like that good guy, you know what I'm saying? He's religious. All the boxes that you check from a leader, you get in Deion, and then you add the swag with it, then the talk, and then the sayings. And then when he was at Jackson State, he was getting a lot of kids that were like tempted. They had Jackson State in that top 3, top 5, but some of them didn't believe, like, you know, really going to Jackson State. Now, like you said, at Colorado, nobody's board is safe. Nobody's board is safe.
Them
And
boys-
And you know what's funny?
And the crazy
You
part
know
is,
what's funny?
but they didn't have money because they had to raise
well,
money just to pay them.
I'm not saying the alumni base, the school itself, the alumni.
Yeah.
They haven't invested their money in football because it hasn't been good in the last 30, 40 years. They're like Jordan. Now that you're winning and you see it, they throwing money at Deion. The tickets are $526 on average.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny? And I'm not really a big college football watcher. I never really have been. I watch it, but I am seriously considering buying a Buffalo University of Colorado sweatshirt. I was like, I'm thinking about buying a Colorado sweatshirt, and I'm like, man, you got Florida, I know you love Florida, and I see that you love the Bulldogs and all that, and I never really followed college football. But Deion got me really thinking about buying a Colorado Buffalo hoodie. I'm seriously thinking about it.
But you're going to have to find it because they sold out. So.
Man,
oh my God!
I told you. I remember I was talking about going to I was like, man, I'm gonna go to this the TCU game, and when the tickets were just getting posted, like before they went on sale, they were like 100, normal prices, bro. When the season got closer, after that spring game, man, the tickets like $200, $300, $400. Now you say like they $500 and people paying for it. Like it's not
they're
like
lining up. They're lining
up
Wednesday morning at 3 a.m. They're in line.
It's crazy.
Hey, has any of their alumni come back, like Cordell Stewart and all that? Have they come back? Okay.
All on the sideline every game.
When he got there, he had all them guys pull up. All of the greats at the school, the Heisman one, like they're all there, like old players, people, alumni. What's the old white lady? She like the longest living fan. Like he got everybody bought in, and then nothing helps it better than when you win, because they ain't been winning in years. So now that they're winning like they are,
and he got the culture walking around. You know what I mean? You got
Wu-Tang on the sideline. You got Wu-Tang Clan on the sideline.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The rappers and actors.
He's changed the culture. He has changed the culture. I mean, everything.
With that being said, though, will there be a big program that come calling? Will there be a Alabama who's got to lose Nick Saban for age, who got a little money to throw? Will there be a Texas A&M who's very wealthy? Florida who got money? Will there be one of those teams that come calling and offer him a check that he can't refuse?
Well, I think this is just me. I think you can't get Deion with the money because he's already got money.
Exactly.
I know you can't. But when a man comes to you offer you something that ain't never been offered before, and you have a chance to not only be one of a black coach, but the highest paid coach ever, take the color off of it.
I get that, and I agree with you. I think everybody got a price, but I think at this time, right now, I think Deion is not money driven. He's not money. He got money. He got the big house, the fancy cars, the clothes. He got all that stuff. I think the way he is now, I think you could have got him years ago when he was really prime time. Now that he's going through HBCU, I think he's calmed down. He's a more religious man. He's not about the material things anymore. I think he's more of trying to uplift and bring in, especially young black kids and young Latino kids and white kids that really want to work hard, and to show them, hey man, I can show you how to do it at this level and be successful. The bag will come. The bag is going to come if you do what you need to do. So I don't think they can get them with the bag, but they're going to have to change their culture at these schools. So these old white conservative coaches, they're going to have to change. Or like LaShawn McCoy said, you're either going to change or you're going to fall to the back. That's how it's going to be.
And that's
Clemson,
the biggest
look
thing.
At Clemson. Look at the university.
Yeah, they refuse to hit the portal, and they refuse to all this stuff.
Look
and
at
it's
Clemson.
showing.
Yep.
And it's
Look
showing. And Florida is very, like, their board of directors, they're very, like, controlling in a sense. Like, they're giving Billy a lot of stuff to work with, but they're very, buttoned up conservative. Like, getting black jerseys sent the shockwave through the Florida the guys. You can't have when you get a coach Deion, a coach Prime, you have to let him do him. Like the reason Colorado works is because not only were they in a desperate state, it was just like hey man, what's the worst that can happen? If it don't work out, we suck anyway. Do your thing.
I'm so happy Georgia Tech didn't take that bait. Lord.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but a school that takes him, like Bama, would have to step back and have to get out their own way and let him do that. And I don't think, I think it'd be like one of those, we hire him and then try to make him conform to us.
Yeah.
And that ain't never going to work.
Yeah, right. I don't see him leaving Colorado within the next 2 or 3 years. Just to throw that
me either.
I think do y'all think after his son graduates, after Travis leaves, or something like that.
Yeah. So do y'all think that these Division I schools are going to try to get better players, or do you think they're going to start going after black coaches?
Black coaches. I think it's a copycat league. That's why I think Ed Reed kind of messed himself up. He would have probably been in prime position to be the next one if he would have took Bethune-Cookman, changed the program around. You know what I mean? Eddie George is another one. He's at Middle Tennessee State. He's at Tennessee State?
Jackson, Tennessee
State. He's another one. They'll come calling him. Don't be surprised if Ohio State loses again. This will be their third year in a row that they call Eddie George and say, hey, we want to show that we're progressive and we want you to head the program. Now, will he really run the program? No, he's going to have the OCs and the DCs like Coach Prime have. That you got to bring in some good offensive coordinators.
I hope Coach Prime stays for 5 years, at least 5 years. Let him stay for 5 years and see what happens. And then at that point, if he wants to go somewhere else, so be it. But I want to see him stay
in Texas. I think
years.
Texas or Florida is ultimately where he would want to be.
Yeah,
he lives in Texas. He coached in Texas. He actually does have a younger son playing football in Texas. So he got one. He has I think one more son.
You think he's going to coach at TCU?
No,
I could see that.
That's his
They fit the
backyard.
mold. They fit the mold, and they got different colors. You talking about progressiveness?
They get a lot of local kids. If Coach Prime coaches in the state of Texas or the state of Florida, it will shut down the recruiting in that state. Point blank. Period. Wherever he goes.
Isn't TCU? He's from Dallas. He lives in Dallas, right?
He lives in Dallas, but he's from South Florida.
No, I know he's from South Florida.
But TCU is
his backyard.
Yep.
Isn't TCU right outside of Dallas? It's Fort Worth, right?
Fort Worth, yeah.
Man,
that's him.
If he goes to TCU, which I think in 5 years, I could see him going to TCU.
Bro, if he ends up at TCU in Dallas, because really it's in Dallas, all these kids that you see going to A&M, University of Texas, that's leaving out of DeSoto, and it's gonna be a problem for the state of Texas.
Because Texas gave him his first coaching opportunity. Florida wasn't messing with him. No high school in Florida would let him do his thing. But Texas, they did. And he built all those kids that he got, like Dylan Edwards, a kid from Texas.
Yeah, he built all those kids.
In Texas is dangerous.
Now, I have a question, right, that I kind of posed to myself. But do you think the Coach Prime benefits more having his son being his quarterback everywhere he goes, or do you think his son benefits more with his dad being his coach everywhere he goes? Which one do you think benefits more?
I think it's a 50-50 thing, because I think they're comfortable with each other and they know, not so much from even a father-son standpoint, but from a coach to player standpoint, they know what each other does for each. You know what I'm saying? They know what each one brings to the table. So, and if I'm not mistaken, isn't Shador a senior this year? Is he a senior?
Junior.
He's a junior. So he'll be back next year. So let's see how it happens when he gets another quarterback. Let's see how that is. But I think right now, I think they both benefit. I think they both benefit from each other.
I won't say they both benefit from each other, but I'm going to say Deion probably benefits more. Because not only do you have your son, your second voice there to resonate your message within the locker room, he got, you know what I mean? He's been there on the field coaching as well. He's making sure all the players are in the right spot. He's basically an offensive coordinator.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. He's basically an offensive coordinator at the same time as being a quarterback. So you don't have to worry about him from a perspective of making sure he's making the right reads, making sure he's making the right plays. Deion can't help him make them throws on the field. I don't care. Deion can't help him. Deion standing on the sideline. When I got to make this pass, I got to break this tackle, I got to get up the field. Deion can't do nothing about it but stand there and look with his arms folded. So I think he gets more of a benefit that way.
And I don't underestimate his coaching staff. I mean, you don't even know who they really are, but they are. You know how I look at Coach Prime? He's actually taken all the attention away from everybody so they can do what they need to do.
Yep.
He knows how to handle the press. He knows how to handle all that stuff. And I think he takes that away from the kids and from the coaches and from all the other people, and they are able to do their jobs and show these kids what needs to be done and prep them for the next game, so that when it's time for the game to come out, boom, they're ready to go. They're ready to go. And
yeah, that's true. I never thought about it from that aspect because he, like you say, he does keep the heat off his coaches. You're not really aware of his coaching staff. You're not really, see the players as much. They all get the focus and lock in on the mission. And, now with these coaches taking shots at Deion, I think that just feeds it even more. Well, you're not talking about the players. You're not talking about the offensive line struggles. You're not talking about the defensive line depth. You're talking about Coach Prime and sunglasses.
Talking about Coach Prime.
So, yeah.
Exactly. You're not talking about special teams. You're not talking about receivers, defense back. You're talking about Coach Prime, and now they can go in and take care of the kids. So I think it's just a Deion effect. And I think all schools are going to try to get a quote unquote Deion Sanders / primetime type of coach. That's a great motivator. That's a great motivator. But I mean, how many of those are out there? I don't know.
Yeah, let's see.
It's one of one. And the thing that makes Prime so different is because even though he's new, quote unquote, to the coaching circles as far as the FBS, his name rings bells, man. And these kids know who Deion Sanders is. Like, it's different if, like you say, Eddie George. I mean, unless you're a football head, you're not going to.
Don't do it.
No. I'm not. No disrespect, but it's just unless you're a football head, like you're not sitting back thinking Eddie George. Like if you tell kids, "Hey, name your 10 best running backs NFL," Eddie George isn't going to pop up in their mind. Now, should he be in that conversation and all that stuff? Who knows? Sure, but you're not going to hear. That's not going to be the name that resonates with these young guys, and I think culturally, Deion has done a job, and shout out to really his son, Deion Jr., making their social media and all that stuff, like keeping them relevant and in your face. That I know it makes a big difference, man. It makes a big difference.
There's somebody else I can see doing.
Yeah,
I think that's former anybody. Is there anybody I can see having this?
And he's been coaching for a while. Like it's not like he started. Remember, he was coaching the Under Armour games. He was coaching the All-Star games. He was coaching high school for the longest. Then he went to college. Like he's put in the years. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't like he just was like, "Oh, I'm a coach," and it just popped up.
From a motivational standpoint, I don't know if you have the X's and O's.
Ray Lewis.
You might get a Ray Lewis. Just from a motivational standpoint, I can see Ray Lewis being. Now the X's and O's part.
That's a good one.
Get you a good coordinator. Better get you a good coordinator. I'll give you another one who probably would never do it because of Marshawn Lynch. Tell me you wouldn't run through a wall for beast mode. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It
might be fun, but
that's why I said, can you get past the rest of the stuff? No, but if you've ever seen him at a football camp and the way he interacts with kids, Marshawn Lynch is a beast when it comes to that too.
Let me ask you this.
Kids playing for him, Marshawn Lynch will be up.
Let me ask you this. Do you think he's a black coach that knows how to talk to the kids culturally as opposed to, let's just say, just for the argument purposes, if it was a Eminem, even though Eminem is cool with the black culture, if it was an Eminem talking, would they be as receptive? So a black rah-rah coach versus a white rah-rah coach? Do you think the kids accept a black rah-rah coach because they're black as well?
I think it goes in. I think it goes into it because, like, it comes off very authentic. Not saying that like a white coach who's has a swagger or something like that it doesn't come off authentic, but I think it's that and his like it's a whole thing. Like you have Coach Prime, who when you pull up his stuff, he talk and walk the same way he talked in '88, '89. You know what I'm saying? He still got that walk and talk. He's not as braggadocious, but the confidence and the swag. Like how many coaches are coming up wearing bust down chains and you know what I'm saying? Like it's just him. Like he just embodies what these kids are now. Like when you look at what these kids are doing now, it's just a reflection of this is me when I get 45, when I get 50. I do that. He got the chains on and the Cartier glasses, and you know what I'm saying? He got the joint, he got his own sneaks that he rock, and he got his own gear. Look how he put
and I think too, you
on.
gotta look at the way that the culture itself is. That has the man was running with MC Hammer. He had MC Hammer on the sidelines at the Falcon game.
Yeah.
You're not gonna have no who on the sidelines now at the football game? Nobody. He was doing stuff nobody could do. Nobody's.
And you know what? And I'm gonna tell you like this. And like I said, normally I'm not watching no college game, but I'm watching them tonight at 10 o'clock.
You know what I'm saying?
You better believe that. You better, whether
Absolutely.
you watching because you want them to win or you watching because you want them to lose, you gonna watch. You gonna watch, and I'm watching tonight. I'm gonna watch.
Right,
I'm gonna watch that game.
After my Florida dub, you know what I'm saying? It's the Colorado's up, and I want them to beat everybody.
All right, well, since we talk about Florida, you brought it up. We might well just transition over and go ahead and get this thing out the way.
All right, y'all.
Game of the week.
All right, I gotta go, but man, I can't wait for the next one. This is awesome.
For sure, man.
This is awesome.
We're gonna have you back on.
Appreciate you, Pops.
For sure.
For sure. All right, y'all. Love y'all. Talk to y'all later.
I love you too, Pop. Later,
Pop.
All right, bye.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the old man coming on, man. Bless us with a little bit of time on his Sunday or Saturday.
Look like your mama had him out there running, ripping and running, my boy.
Always, boy. Always. That's why I just call her. I'll be like, hey, what y'all doing? Because I know I know you got them somewhere. Just knock out two birds with one call. Always. Guaranteed. But yeah, man. Let's talk about my Gators, baby. We coming up today. We gonna shock the world, but we won't be shocked. But
let me give you something. So I had a former ball hit me. I couldn't get him on the show. I tried to kind of bring him on after sneak attack. You know what I mean? Sneak attack move, but I couldn't get him on. He had to work, man. Shout out to LT from the boiler market. He said Aaron Beasley and James Pierce on D are gonna have a big game today. So look out for them names. And he said Jalen Wright has a big game at running back today too. He said Booking and Stampton and Joe Milton has his coming out party. It comes out today in the street.
Hey man, what he been doing the last 2 weeks? He been coming out, checking the weather, ain't liking, went back in.
Hey man, listen, I'm just saying. The man said today we can watch out for them names, man. Them straight from a balls insider. That man played for them. He still lives in Tennessee. He got an M9 with an orange inside.
Sorry to hear that.
Right.
But yeah, man. No, I don't think it's gonna be like no blowout or nothing like that, man. I think this is our first real test. This is our first like week one. It's like, all right, you come, you get the work the jitters out, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff. You're on the road, Utah, you lose by 11, whatever it was, something like that, 11, 10. The next week you come out, McNeese State, it's a statement. We did what we're supposed to do tenfold. You did what you're supposed to do. Cool. All right. So where do we live at, really? Do we live closer to Utah or do we live closer to McNeese? And that's where I think we're going to see today. I think we'll see where we end up in the middle of that, because I don't think we're McNeese, Florida football. I don't think that's normal for us. But I also don't think Utah is our norm either. So I hope they run it often, because I think we're built probably a little bit better for the run. up the middle. They're kind of run up the middle type, so we like that. Play action. I just want our DBs to play smart, man. These young guys don't have a lot of bad habits yet, which helps us out. Our DB core is young, man. We're starting a freshman, John Castell, freshman starting. Two deep cornerbacks. We got two freshmen. Uh, our linebacker core, D line, two deep, freshman. Shamar James, their highest rated quarterback, highest rated linebacker in the nation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So right now, man, hopefully we have it put together. Corey Raymond got the whole DB squad. They I don't know that they have the explosiveness on the edges like they did last year for the wide receivers, but Joe Milton, if you stop running with your wide receiver, even 80 yards down the field, he will throw that thing. So that ain't no cover for 50 yards. No, you better cover that wide receiver for 75 yards because he gonna throw it. So guys got to just do their job, man. I expect a dub today. I don't point spread. No idea. I don't know if it'll be 2 points, 3 points, 7 points.
Give me a score.
Ooh, I see. Give me 24-21. Florida. 24-21.
What's
Hey,
happening?
the murder.
What's going on?
Yeah, man. Give me 24-21 Gators, man.
Woo! Like to digest in this thing. So, first big SEC games are today. You know what I mean? It's a lot of SEC versus SEC games. And a lot of people, was like, oh, the SEC this, oh, the SEC that. Oh, y'all ain't as good as y'all say y'all is. The SEC gears up for these games that we're about to get ready to start.
Yes.
And this is probably the only conference where you could legitimately see teams walking in and losing. Rightfully so. Like, you can legitimately see Tennessee walking into the swamp tonight and losing. Part of me could faintly, very far away, could see South Carolina tearing up the hedges again, like they did 2 years ago. That's possible. It's not really a lot of conferences where you can look at those games and be like, man, we know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Alabama, whoever their victim is today, I don't know who Alabama's playing, but good luck to you.
I feel sorry for you, my boy.
Alabama.
I wouldn't want to play them today.
I wouldn't want to play Bama today at all. And they got a new starting quarterback, too. Just to pop around the SEC a little bit. Trying to see what the transfer from Notre Dame looks like in an Alabama uniform. Milroe loses his job, though, after a game like that. Whew. Nick Saban,
I don't think he had a firm grip on it. But Saban will change quarterback in the middle of a drive.
He does not care. You better ask Tua and Jalen Hurts.
He don't care at all.
We'll tell you. So I say all that to say the SEC is still king, and these games are on prime time for a reason. We got 3:30 slot. Y'all got the 7 o'clock spot. And then they give it all to prime later on tonight at 10 p.m. So Florida versus Tennessee in the swamp. I feel like this is a statement game for Billy, one way or the other. Because you're at a point in your season now where you have part of your fan base like, look at what he's doing recruiting wise. We still need to give him time. You got another part of the fan base like, well, he ain't doing nothing with the recruits we got now. What do we think he's going to do with the next set of recruits? Like, why kick the can down the road? So just watching Gator Twitter, some of y'all kind of all over the place. Some of y'all kind of steady with the ship. I feel like tonight's game, if you can lose tonight's game and not lose the game. It's a competitive game. You guys are in it late. Cool. It's been a good game. They look sound. If you come out and get blown out in this one, I feel like it's going to be tough to bring those people who are already far left back. Regardless of what you do the rest of it, you have to beat Georgia. That's the only thing that'll satisfy those people at that point. Because Tennessee is one of your rivals. You lost to all 3 rivals last year. Now, it's tough to lose to all 3. You can lose to 1, 2, but you lost to all 3, and now you're going into your 4th. If you go 0-4 versus your rival, that's what got Mark Richt fired. I'm just telling you, over the course of 2 seasons, going 0-4 versus Florida and then Auburn. He lost 2 games back-to-back. He got fired after Auburn.
Hey, man.
So,
I don't disagree.
They lose, and there's no other conference you can say that in. The ACC, Clemson can lose to Duke, and they ain't fired Dabo. They ain't even blinked. You know what I mean? They took a little criticism. You can't say that in no other conference. That's why I love the SEC and I love football, bro. They care. If you lose to your rivals too much, you're going to get fired. That's just point blank. So,
like if Ryan Day was in the SEC, he would have been fired.
He would have been fired. You lose to Michigan twice in a
Bro,
row.
You can win 10 games a season, and you keep losing to your rival, and they're gonna fire you, dog. That's crazy.
Means more in the SEC. Really,
that's crazy. Yeah.
So I think tonight, man. If Billy, I don't think this Tennessee team is as good as advertised. I really don't.
I don't think
this
so
Tennessee
either.
team is that good. I really think this is a chance for Billy to not only impress the recruits, the fans, but his own team. Give himself confidence too, man. I think this is a chance for Billy to do it. Now, will they do it? No, I got Tennessee winning 31-28. You know, but I think it's a competitive game. I don't think you guys get blown out. It's a swamp at night. You always tell me how magical it is.
Hey man,
you're gonna need Mickey Mouse in that thing.
Hey, look, it's a blue out. Everybody in blue. We wearing blue tonight.
Y'all didn't wear the black. Oh man.
No, black's not for. I'm gonna say like 2 or 3 weeks. It's like military appreciation. It's the week after homecoming, I think. I think something like that. But it's always gonna be like that military appreciation thing. Billy does it for the troops and all that, which I respect. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I think it's gonna be a good one, man. I really think it's gonna be a good one. Last year was a good one. Nobody played Tennessee as good as we did, except Georgia. I mean, because Georgia beat them, but we took them to, and we gave up 3 very easy. I mean, like walk in, wide open guys. Shout out to Trey Dean, who gave up like 2 deep touchdowns, like not even covering his man, and they beat us by 7, like 5 or 7, something like that. 1 score. So I think this team has more talent on the back end to where you're not going to get beat. Like even when we got beat deep against Utah, that was one of the older guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he ain't been back there. I mean, he's probably got some snaps, but he ain't been it's been a freshman back there. You know what I'm saying? Like the young guys. Like we got a lot of freshmen, redshirt freshmen, sophomores out there that's killing it. And that's what you got to run with, man. I like I say, man, our weakness last year was our run defense in the middle because we didn't. But now we good. I'm hoping Princely has one of those games that show why he deserves to wear number 1. O-line. We got our center back. That's a huge piece. The communication. He's like the second quarterback on the field. So Kingsley is back.
All right.
You know, I'm hoping for great things. I'm expecting good things.
You know, we all watching together. You know, the group chat be thumping. It's already thumping. I'm pretty sure it's 12:30.
Oh yeah, because Florida State already losing.
Oh man, you know they took now. Florida State don't watch. If Florida State lose, we got to bring Daryl and TJ back on him. If they gonna have to explain to me
losing to Boston College,
how they lose or take a L. I remember I said Boston College, NC State, Wake Forest. One of them 3 teams always give Florida State hell in the last few years that they've been playing. And then what I tell you now, just give it time. I'm usually right. If anybody don't know me, anybody do know me, I'm usually right 96.8%.
Got like those odds.
Telling you. What could I say? Final thought. Oh no, Thursday night, bro. Break down the Thursday night game. We did talk about that. We talked about that game briefly with your pops, man. Eagles versus Vikings, man. Thursday night, bro. What you thought about that game? Did you see it? First of all, did you
I watched a little bit of it. I was back and forth. Eagles, man, they can get them time. I think last year they surprised us, and like people really caught on being like week 5, being like, oh, the Eagles, week 6, you're like, oh, the Eagles actually, it wasn't that the magnifying glass wasn't on them this early. So who knows? They might have struggled last year, week 1 and 2. I have no idea because nobody expected last year to happen like it did. So I mean, it happens, man. I think the Eagles are going to smash the Vikings. I think their defense is just too good.
Yeah,
The Vikings.
Vikings.
I'm tripping. I think no, I think they did good, man. That front four,
Yeah.
well, really like front 11
That-
that they that they got is crazy, man. The difference maker, man. Jordan Davis. Hey man, Jordan Davis next.
Like he's in better shape this year. And
Yeah,
you can tell he pushes
Fletcher
past
Cox,
it. Man.
Grant,
Fletcher
them
Cox
guys.
look like the odd man out. He getting offside penalties and crazy, holding calls on defense. Fletcher Cox look like Fletcher. You can't be looking like the old guy here, bro. You got these young cats. Like
He is.
Up. But
Hey, man.
that defense is crazy. I don't think that they're unbeatable. You know what I mean? I feel like Minnesota actually has a great chance to win this game. They fumbled the ball going into the halftime. They fumbled it going into the end zone. So, of course, it gave the ball back to Philly. But if they score on that drive, man, it's a whole different game. So, I think Minnesota got to clean it up. But Minnesota look like they may be there at the end battling with the Lions for that. So,
yeah, I mean, I think I'm hoping the Lions do good just because, like, they've just been the guys, the laughing stock for so long. But, when it comes down to it, man, the Vikings, I think they won the conference last year.
mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure. So, I mean, they didn't get worse.
They were a wild card. They were behind Green Bay. I think Green Bay.
You sure?
Not really, but no.
No, the Vikings did because it was on the football the quarterback show. Yeah, they won the conference, but I mean they still weren't like a top 2 seed or nothing like that. But it was Buffalo and the team Kansas City. But
I'm gonna give you a few games for tomorrow, man. You tell me what you think. You just give me a team off the top of your head you think gonna win. So we go with a few games. We'll start off with Atlanta, Green Bay at Atlanta, my boy. What you got for that?
Green Bay. Atlanta just can't block nobody. Poor Pitts.
The Bears at Tampa Bay.
Ooh, I think the Bears.
Hold on. Stop.
Free Pitts, man. Wait. Dang, boy.
Hold the hell on. Because the Dez Bryant started all this. Now, this was all Dez Bryant, and that's why I hate the Cowboys and they old players and they new players and the people players. I hate everything about that. He gets on Twitter and says, free Dez Bryant, and cuts the clip short. He crops the clip out of the offensive line and the quarterback play just to show tight end Kyle Pitts running his route and actually pushing off and getting wide open. And then Pitts is doing like this, waving his hands like throw the ball. The man is on the ground. The quarterback is already on the ground, but that's not in the picture, so you can't see that. Football is about 11 guys playing together.
Free Pitts, man. Got him looking normal. Got to look like a
normal.
They
said send him to Dallas. They said for what? So Dak can miss him?
Yeah.
Tell me the last tight end Dak that had over 1,000 yards. It wasn't Jason Witten. Jason Witten ain't got close to it since Tony Romo left.
I don't know, but Kansas City, y'all go ahead and pick my boy up, man. Kelsey. Get him out there, man.
If anything, if I'm gonna send Kyle Pitts anywhere, or there's somebody that needs targets and probably get him the ball, I'll probably send him out there to Justin Herbert.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how you gonna stop that? You got Eckler in the backfield eating up the linebacker. You got Keenan Allen out there, Mike Williams out there, and then you got Kyle Pitts going through the middle. Crazy. In my opinion, if we had to send him somewhere, we fall out. I'm not sending him for Dak Prescott and the races that Jerry Jones.
Right. All right, but go ahead, man. Free Pitts.
Colts at the Texans.
Colts.
Obviously. Seahawks at the Lions.
I'm gonna have to go with Seahawks, man.
Ooh, I'm going with the Lions.
Oof, that's gonna be a good one. Who would have thought?
Ravens at the Bengals.
I'm gonna go with the Ravens, but man, Joe Burrow can't have another game like God. Dog.
Good game tomorrow.
84 yards passing.
The Chiefs at the Jags.
Chiefs. They're not gonna let that happen. Everybody's back.
Raiders at the Bills.
The homer in me is saying Raiders, but the Bills offense is just, I think, too potent.
Ooh, I give you one. The Giants at the Cardinals.
Oh God. I'm gonna go with the Giants simply because they have better names on the roster. Because man, that is some bad. That is, that's the clown music when they're gonna be playing. Oh my God, it's gonna be an ugly game, dog.
The Dolphins at the Patriots.
Dolphins, man. Dolphins going.
Saints.
But the Patriots defense. But go ahead.
Saints at the Panthers on Monday night.
Saints, man. Derek Carr. Hey, man.
He looked horrible last week. He looked horrible.
Hey, he
anyway,
looked.
They won. So I ain't gonna say nothing.
Exactly. He got the dub.
Final game of the week, Monday night. I guess 2 Monday night games. One started at 7:15. One started at 8:15. That's wild, right? Browns at the Steelers.
Let's go with the Browns. Let's see if they for real.
I felt like that too. You know what I mean? Let me see what these boys really talking
Let's see
about.
if they for
real, or they just playing.
Yeah, let's see if they for real.
Who they beat last week? Since Myles Garrett looked unstoppable. Bro was standing up. I've never seen nobody stand over the center and just run around. Like, bro, I've never seen that. Ever. Like he didn't even get down in the stand. Bro literally stood up and act like he was dribbling the basketball and went left and went back right and went right around the man and got the same.
Crazy.
Yeah, just somebody. You want to talk about free somebody?
Hey.
Free Myles Garrett. That's who you free.
Wherever he decided to go.
Oh man, how is he not? Every time that somebody would get higher paid or highest paid defensive player about Myles Garrett, I go on strike. Every time.
You can't get a new contract every year.
Yes,
hey, man.
I would.
Could you imagine?
You tell me I couldn't do that.
Imagine?
Myles Garrett. Yes, I could.
Hey, could you imagine Cowboys get rid of Dak's contract? Got enough money to get Myles
and Michael. Well, that right now they can't pay Michael. You know that, right?
Yeah, that's why they're gonna have to do something. They're going
because now they gotta restructure Dak, or you gotta cut Dak, or you don't have enough money, or you gotta let go of Tyron Smith, your left tackle, or your right guard, Martin. One of those big guys have to go because you gave Diggs $97 million. Dexter Lawrence has a $100 million contract on the defensive line. The White Wolf, what's his name? Vanderich, he got paid. So you paid those guys, and Stephon Gilmore has a contract that's worth like 17, 18 mil as well. So right now you cannot pay Michael Parsons.
They're gonna have to rob Peter to pay Paul. They're gonna do something.
You gotta restructure Dak, and you gotta redo Dak and get him another 3 years on his deal. So you're gonna be tied through Dak for the next 2028. That's the only way you can redo it.
Oh God, boy, that sounds like if it was Madden, you just restart the league, boy.
Nah, I'm cutting the offensive lineman.
Oh yeah, one of them going to go.
Yeah, one of them got to go. Yeah, you know how you do change position.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, somebody got to go. Probably that Tyron Smith because he old.
Yeah, Tyron Smith. Yeah, he got to go. So I love you.
Yeah. What's the second Monday night game?
That was it. That was the first
one.
Was,
yeah.
We know the Panthers. I don't know. The Panthers might get their first look. Saints didn't look that good. Can Bryce and Big Lights, is Bryce the 2 interception Bryce we've seen, or is he the Bama? Stuff looks completely different when you don't have 5 stars blocking, you don't have 5 stars catching. Completely different ball game, man. But great show, man. Shout out to Papa Bland for coming on and blessing us with the Jets knowledge. Coming on talking about the Jets. Make sure you guys are checking us out every Saturday, man. You got the YouTube channel you can subscribe to on social media, all platforms as well. As y'all see, we brought it to y'all through every channel we could. There you go.
Hey, everywhere, and nowhere, all at once. Something like that.
All right, man. Games done popped off, man. We about to get into these games. We'll be back next week at the same great time in the same great place. So y'all already know what it is, man. Toe2Toe Sports. Make sure you guys go follow and hit that subscribe button. We out. Peace.
We out of here.
I ain't never played sports. I always have, you know what I'm saying, like music and love music from the jump. So that was my just plan A. I ain't even have a plan B. I made myself not have a plan B on purpose just so I can fulfill my plan A.